Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Takia Coleman, your Florida and Georgia realtor, and I am back with another video. So what is up? We are going to jump right into it, and today we are going to be talking about the Hometown Heroes program. So if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you can see any videos that I post. You'll be the first one to know about it. So we're just going to jump right into it. So this is a topic that we spoke about years ago. If you are not familiar with the Hometown Heroes program, this is a program that is in Florida. The entire Florida can use this program, whether you are in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, South Florida, you have the benefit to use this program. Now, this program launched like 4 years ago, and what they do is every single year they bring it back around the same time. It's mostly in the summer. This time they kind of prolonged it a little bit, so it came out August 18th, so this is when it started officially. They did do a little bit of changes to this program, so this is why I wanted to come and talk about it again, because the last time it was totally different. Now, if you're unfamiliar, the Hometown Heroes program is a program that was officially launched for those who work in occupations, meaning like essential workers, those who give back to our community that they serve and things of that nature. So last year I was able to close one buyer with this program. Best benefit that they had last year was that, and the year prior to that, anybody who worked a full-time job can have access to this program. However, they came back and made a few changes. So now, if you wanted to use this program, you would have to work a certain occupation. That's one of the requirements. You would have to work a certain occupation in order to qualify for this program. The other requirements are super easy. So one of them was you have to have a minimum 640 credit score. Even if it was husband and wife or you and your mom, everybody who's applying for this home loan and are utilizing this program needs to have the 640 credit score. So the second thing is that you have to be a Florida resident, of course. Third thing is you have to be a first-time home buyer. However, if you are a military or VA, you have the benefit of reutilizing this program. You do not have to be a first-time home buyer. Anybody who's using the VA loan, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. You can always purchase again. So that was the plus for anyone who is using that benefit. The next thing would be that you would have to be using this as a primary residence. This cannot be an investment property, unfortunately. So yeah, a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna be a first-time home buyer, I'm gonna get some money. No, it has to be a primary residence, meaning that you will, after you close, you will be occupying this space within the next 30 days. So, and that's an FHA requirement as well. So those were the key pointers to being qualified for this loan. Now, the major component is that you have to be working in one of these specific occupations, and I believe it's like 55 plus. I'll try to put the list up over here, but of course I've been talking about this so many times, so I know the occupations in and out. So the first one would be the medical field. If you are in the medical field, meaning that you're in nursing, CPA, RN, LPN, any other nursing titles. Also, if you are like a physician, a technician in the medical field, a therapist, any of those things, you can qualify for this loan. Surgeons, doctors. Now, there are specific titles and they're being very pinpointed on these titles. So I will say, look at the list. If you do not see your job title on that list, because I know sometimes they be making up jobs, then it may not be on there. Or it was able to say, okay, but I do this, but then I'm called this, then it might work, but now they are really cracking down to what the job title is. Now, another job that you could do is EMT, law enforcement, which is pretty cool because probation officers can also get this, or correction officers. If you're a dentist, you can also get this program. Another thing is if you're a dispatcher. I have a friend who's a dispatcher, so I told her to tell everybody at her job. Dispatchers can also use this advantage as well. Subject will be education. And I was so excited to read this part for the educators, because you don't have to just be a teacher. You could be a principal, a counselor, the cafeteria lady. That's not the job that they said, but the cafeteria lady. You could be a janitor. So they made this available for a lot of people to utilize this benefit. Another thing, if you are a Kurt's clerk, clerk. You can utilize this program. They have about 4 job titles under there. I think judge, attorney, public defender. You could be a public defender. Oh, I didn't say for education, you could also be a librarian. So that is pretty cool. And a psychologist and a social worker in the educational field and a teacher aide. So don't forget to add those. Now back to first responder. I didn't say paramedics and firefighter. Those are also included in that. And last but not least, it'll be military and veterans. So I covered the entire list. I didn't need my iPad. So yeah, those are the occupations that you have to have. And then of course you have to be working a certain amount of hours, 32 hours or more, meaning closely like a full-time worker, and you have to be currently working right now. Now, I know sometimes we have some people who are like, oh, I'm on medical leave and I'm on this disability. Now, you will have to show that you are currently working, so just make sure that you are working. And another thing is you have to have 2 years of work history. I know some lenders can go around that, but the norm, the requirement standard for FHA is that you have 2 years of work history. Now, I know there are some ways that you can also work around if you were going to school before that, because we do have a lot of medical students who said, oh, I was doing my med, program, and then now I'm a nurse for a year or whatever the case may be. But those may be some speculations that may come up. You do have to have 2 years of work history. So other than that, those are the simple basic requirements for that. Both husband and wife do not have to be in the occupation. It could be only one person or one person who's just on the loan. It doesn't have to be everybody working in those job titles. So that is another plus for that benefit. And then there are some income requirements. This time around, they did raise the bar for the income requirements. Income requirement for Broward, if you are using the FHA loan, is $172,000 max. That is for FHA and VA. And then for Miami-Dade County, it's $185,005. No, 185. I'm just saying 186 because the numbers. So 186,000 is how much you can make max, meaning whoever's applying in that household. So if it's husband and wife, those are the maxes. Now, other than that, the other thing that I want to say, so last year and every year before that, they put $100 million into this program. And then once the money runs out, that was normally it. And because when it was the fact that they were only doing full-time workers, the money was running out very, very quickly. It only lasted about 2 or 3 months. Now, right now, there's not a lot of buzz about it because not a lot of people who are occupied in those occupations tend to use those programs. I believe so far they've probably used 10 million. They put 50 million in this program this year. Now, once the money is gone, like I said before, that is it. So when I promote these programs, I try to let people know you can't see if you qualify and say, okay, if they say yes, you qualify, you put the money to the side in the bank. No, it doesn't work like that. So in order to claim your funds, you will have to be under contract on a home before the money runs out. Now, if you're still looking for your house and you're being picky and you haven't found anything and the money runs out, then you can no longer use the program. Even though when you did your pre-approval, if the lender told you that you are pre-approved for the program, you do not claim your money until you are under contract. The other thing is, if you do go under contract and then you come back out of contract because it didn't work out, your money goes back into the program, and then you got to go back under contract again before the money runs out. So those are some of the speculations. A lot of people want to know, how do I get pre-approved for the program or pre-qualified for the program? So pretty much when you find your trusted realtor and you have your lender, you can have either one first. Some people have their lender first, some people have their realtor first, it doesn't matter. But whoever you're using, if you have a realtor as myself, what I'll do is I'll send you the information to apply for your pre-approval. Once you do the pre-approval and we do the buyer's consultation and that you're ready to move to the next step, the lender will let you know if you are qualified or not based off of the information that you give them. So they will be looking at your income, your assets, your debt, and your credit, of course. So based off of those things, they'll let you know, okay, yes, if you can use it or not. So that is how you get qualified for it. And like I said, once the money runs out, that's it. Now, if the money does run out, or let's say you do not qualify because you don't fit any of these occupations, do not worry. We have more programs that you can use. So I have 2 more down payment assistance programs that you can utilize, and I'll talk about them in another video because I don't want to make this one too long, but I do have other options for you. Now, the other important thing is you will have to pay this money back. This is just money that you are getting borrowed. So you will have to pay it back if you decide to rent out your home, refinance, or sell it. So you will have to pay it back, but don't worry because you will build equity. You will have some money when you decide to sell. So I wouldn't fear it, but those are the things where you will have to pay it back. Even if you stand it to 30 years, whatever, you just going to eventually have to pay it back. This is not a forgivable program, but it's a great benefit for those of you who do need that assistance to get into the home. So I didn't talk about the most important part, how much money will you be receiving? So the way that they calculate this is that they are going to take the purchase price and do 0.5% of that. The lowest amount that they give for this program is $10,000. The highest amount that they give is $35,000. So when you hear it, you're going to hear up to $35,000. A lot of people don't pay attention to the up to part in that message. Everybody is not going to get $35,000. So it's going to be up to. Normally, if it's a $300,000, $400,000 house, you're going to get anywhere between like $12,000, $15,000. But that's great because it's going to go towards your down payment. Now, it only goes towards your down payment, so you will still need closing costs. And I will do another video to talk about how you can get the closing costs, but you still need closing costs. So don't think that, oh, they're giving me money, I can go buy my house. No, you will need some money to play with. So a lot of people hear the videos about, oh, buy a house with no money. There are programs out there where you can do that, but this is not that one. This is just going to give you money for your down payment. Now, the plus side, let's get it back to those significant VA military loan individuals, and thank you for your services. If you are a VA, because you don't have to pay a down payment, this program will cover your closing costs. So my client right now, she is a VA, single mother. We are currently shopping. She can purchase her home with no money down if she hurries up before the money is gone. So this is an excellent benefit for those of you who are a VA. You do not have to worry about your down payment, and you do not have to worry about your closing costs. The only thing is we've run into this problem, so this is how I know about it. If there is a reason why you need a seller's credit or something to go towards repairs, like let's say if the AC doesn't work, it needs a new roof, you cannot get seller's credits with using Hometown Heroes. So that is unfortunate. The only thing that you could possibly do is just offer a lower price to bring the price down, but you cannot receive credits when it comes to the Hometown Heroes. And I've tried, it's not working. So other than that, you'll just have to decide, okay, well, do I want to just get the credits and not, whatever the case may be, which one sounds better for your situation, but you cannot use credits. Like I said, once the money runs out, 9 times out of 10, they are not going to bring it back because they haven't, I think it's 1 year they brought it back, but then when they bring it back, they only put like a small amount in there. Now, if this money doesn't run out quickly, what they can do and what they have done before is that they open it up to everybody who's working a full-time job. So we're praying that they do that because we have a lot of people who were ready to use this program and they just flipped the game on us. So hopefully they do bring that back. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything about the Hometown Heroes program. If you guys have any questions that I didn't talk about or something that you're not sure about, just leave them in the comments below and I would love to answer them. Like I said, this is a great benefit. The only thing one thing that I will say, the con of what we've seen, let's say if you were to get pre-approved for a house that was $400,000, and this is without using the Hometown Heroes program. This program can kind of mess up your buying power. So we've had clients where, let's say it was $400K, but then when they wanted to use the Hometown Heroes, it will bring them down to like $375. So that's the unfortunate part about it. It can mess up your buying power, and then the interest rates could be a little bit more higher than what's on the market. So keep in mind of that. But if you do not need the money, I would say just buy without using the money and just go about your, but the lender will be able to tell you which one is the better option. Maybe there might be another program that might even work better for you versus the Hometown Heroes. So I would ask your lender, what are my options? What makes sense for me? What should I utilize? And things like that nature. If you are purchasing a home, and I'll just say this little piece, we'll go deeper into that because I want to cover how much do you need to buy a home. But when it comes to purchasing, if you're buying a $400,000 house or anything under that, not anything under that, but like in the 300s, 400s, I would say you probably need $25,000, $25,000 to $30,000 saved to buy a home. But if you have down payment assistance, just cut that in half. So other than that, you guys, don't forget to leave your comments below. I hope this video was helpful about the Hometown Heroes program. Make sure you guys join us next Friday because we will have another fantastic video. I am coming to you guys with all of this great info and great home tours. If there is something that you want to see, please leave it in the comments below because I will definitely go ahead and record that video for you. If you are not following me on my other social media platforms, it's She Sells MIA or She Sells Miami. I am on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm not on LinkedIn, but yeah, just follow your girl because if you can't see the long form content, best believe I put out a lot of short form content. I am posting every single day. So you guys check me out. Don't forget to subscribe because it's totally free and it is very beneficial to you because you get to see everything that I post. You'll be the first one to know about it. But you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Peace.